The homeless system as we know it is about to be completely undone. And here's what's wild. The massive federal funding cuts that are on the way are going to impact people who are housed way more than they're going to impact people who are currently homeless. Let me tell you what I mean. So the draft versions that we've seen show that there's going to be a 2/3 cut in permanent housing vouchers, which means if last year the feds funded 300 vouchers, next year your city's only going to get 100. And this cut is going to expose the biggest flaw in the homeless system. For the last 15 or so years, the main way the federal government solved homelessness was by giving out vouchers. You get a voucher, you find a landlord, you move someone in, and you move on to the next person, which sounds fine, except they only funded the voucher, not services, not the help, the wraparound services that folks need. So case management, not included. Unless another nonprofit was funding this, it didn't happen. And here is where it gets worse. In most cities, about 75 to 80% of all federal homeless funding, it didn't go to create new vouchers. It went to fund people who are already housed using vouchers from years before. So what happens when those federal dollars get cut? Well, the system collapses. It's like a noble Ponzi scheme. It was all built on good intentions, but it was unsustainable from the start. So these cuts won't mostly affect people who are on the streets. It's going to impact folks who are already housed with a voucher that was given to them years ago and still being paid for. So if you think back to those 300 vouchers that you got last year, well, the majority of those vouchers weren't new vouchers. They were paying for folks who are already housed. And that's going to get cut down to 100. So if we think the homeless crisis is bad now, it's definitely got room to get much worse. Cities are going to have to decide that this is a problem that they need to solve. They need to recognize that they cannot rely on the federal government anymore. They're not coming to save them. Ending homelessness has just become a very local problem. So cities, you got to get ready.